Pale blue fluid moved slowly through a tube from a beaker to a retort. Over a Bunsen burner bubbled a big earthenware dish of stew. "Don't tell Sandy and Dennis I'm cooking out here," she said. "They're always suspicious that a few chemicals may get in with the meat. But I had an experiment I wanted to stay with." "This is Calvin O'Keefe, Mother," Meg said. "Is there enough for him too? It smells super." "Hello, Calvin." Mrs. Murray shook hands with him. "Nice to meet you. We aren't having anything but stew tonight, but it's a good thick one." "Sounds wonderful to me," Calvin said. "May I use your phone so my mother'll know where I am?" "Of course. Show him where it is, will you please, Meg?" "I won't ask you to use the one out here, if you don't mind. I'd like to finish up this experiment." Meg led the way into the house. Charles Wallace and Fortinbras had gone off. Outdoors, she could hear Sandy and Dennis hammering at the fort they were building up in one of the maples. "This way." Meg went through the kitchen and into the living room. "I don't know why I call her when I don't come home," Calvin said, his voice bitter. "She wouldn't notice." He sighed and dialed. "Ma," he said. "Oh, Hinky, tell Ma I won't be home till late. Now don't forget. I don't want to be locked out again." He hung up, looked at Meg. "Do you know how lucky you are?" She smiled rather wryly. "Not most of the time." "A mother like that? A house like this? Gee, your mother's gorgeous. You should see my mother. She had all her upper teeth out and Pop got her a plate, but she won't wear it. And most days she doesn't even comb her hair. Not that it makes much difference when she does." He clenched his fists. "But I love her. That's the funny part of it. I love them all, and they don't give a hoot about me. Maybe that's why I call when I'm not going to be home. Because I care. Nobody else does. You don't know how lucky you are to be loved." Meg said in a startled way, "I guess I never thought of that. I guess I just took it for granted." Calvin looked somber. Then his enormous smile lit up his face again. "Things are gonna happen, Meg. Good things, I feel it." He began wandering, still slowly, around the pleasant, if shabby, living room. He stopped for a picture on the piano of a small group of men standing together on a beach. "Who's this?" "Oh, a bunch of scientists." "Where?" Meg went over to the picture. "Cape Canaveral. This one's father." "Which?" "Here. The one with glasses?" "Yep, the one who needs a haircut." Meg giggled, forgetting her worries in her pleasure at showing Calvin the picture. "His hair's sort of the same color as mine, and he keeps forgetting to have it cut. Mother usually ends up doing it for him. She bought clippers and stuff because he won't take the time to go to the barber." Calvin studied the picture. "I like him," he announced judiciously. "Looks kind of like Charles Wallace, doesn't he?" Meg laughed again. "When Charles was a baby, he looked exactly like Father. It was really funny." Calvin continued to look at the picture. "He's not handsome or anything, but I like him." Meg was indignant. "He is too handsome." Calvin shook his head. "Nah, he's tall and skinny like me." "Well, I think you're handsome," Meg said. "Father's eyes are kind of like yours too, you know, really blue. Only you don't notice his as much because of the glasses." "Where is he now?" Meg stiffened, but she didn't have to answer because the door from lab to kitchen slammed, and Mrs. Murray came in carrying a dish of stew. "Now," she called, "I'll finish this up properly on the stove. Have you done your homework, Meg?" "Not quite," Meg said, going back into the kitchen. "Then I'm sure Calvin won't mind if you finish before dinner." "Sure, go ahead."